Now, look, back to the coronation. We know that there were several protests. Questions are being asked about police arresting protesters, including a royal superfan who was mistaken for a protester. Is that right?
Well, it is. This lady was called Alice Chalmers, and she was arrested along with dozens of protesters. And I think this is a real big issue for Scotland Yard. The Met Police were arresting people not only just for potentially protesting, but for literally just being there. And you're seeing those images now on the campaign group Republic. They had many meetings with the Met Police before the coronation. They had said that they were going to exercise their right to peaceful protest. And I think it's been widely accepted that this was a pretty disgraceful act by the police on the day. And there will be big questions to answer because the Republic group are saying that they want answers. They want an apology first and foremost. But their right to protest was taken away on that day on the biggest stage of all. And I think that was not only a crying shame, but downright disgraceful from the police on that day. And I don't think we've heard the last of this.
And is that a broad view? I mean, in the UK, like Australia, there is that right to peaceful protest. Just because it is the coronation doesn't mean that right to protest dissipates. Is that generally a broad view that they should have been allowed to protest?
Oh, no, absolutely. I think that, first and foremost, Republic are an established group. There was obviously a lot of concern. I mean, if you take the point of the police and the security services, there were several big issues that they were looking out for on the day. However, the fact that there had been meetings prior to the main event really does beg the question of why this heavy-handed tactics were taken by the police. And I think that Republic will want some answers. As I say, their right to protest was taken away on the biggest stage of all, and I think it's widely accepted that was completely despicable by the police. So, it's not like they get another run at it, and so they will want some serious right. Questions and possibly an investigation to be taking place.
Yeah, fair enough. Now, we know Andrew has been largely sidelined at the coronation, and despite turning up in his garter robes, which you commented on Twitter that was unusual, but we also understand that he was in a number of photos, although those photos won't be released. Can you explain what's going on?
Well, again, I mean, these pictures that are part of the portrait set, it has been rumoured that he was part of the wider set that weren't released to the public. Now, we have seen some of the King and the Queen. We saw another one just released a couple of days ago of the King and his two heirs, William and George. Now, you're seeing those images there of Andrew walking in his garter robes. Now, he was banned by the late Queen from wearing these last year at Windsor. And I did think it was surprising because I had asked Buckingham Palace whether he would be wearing these about 2 or 3 weeks before the event, and they said that he wouldn't. Now, the reason that this is an issue, because he has stepped back from royal duties. This Order of the Garter is one of the most incredible orders of chivalry. And the fact that he's walking in his robes, part of that order, I think some big questions were asked about why he was allowed to do that when the late Queen made it her decision that she didn't want him seen in public in them.